San Bernardino citizens are concerned. Construction is underway at West 27th Street and Little Mountain Drive in northern San Bernardino on a building city officials thought would house a new human resources office for county personnel. They and San Bernardino leaders have since learned the facility will be the county's new welfare office.
Thank you. My name is AMELIA LOPEZ. I am the president of the Neighborhood Association Council of San Bernardino. It is a sad day in San Bernardino when residents aren't allowed to have a say-so about a project coming into their neighborhood, and I am speaking specifically about the TAD project on 27th Street. We found out about this project in a roundabout way, and it never came before the Planning Commission and never came before the City Council. And since we've been researching, and it's not been an easy process because we have met barriers with the city and so forth, we have found many interesting things. One is that the developer is quite powerful in the county. He peddles an influence by contributing to political campaigns on our city council and probably within this dais too. And although you might say, my vote is not for sale, we understand that the developer still has expectations. We also know that this developer opposed a similar social service project right across from his business in Rialto, citing the same differences that we are. It's not an appropriate location. It is too close within that neighborhood that resides there. Neighborhood associations have stepped up to the plate during the city of San Bernardino's bankruptcy and in other occasions. We often do a lot of the services that the city is unable to pay for at this time. We care about where we live, where we raise our families, and where we invest our time and our energy. Why we would not be given the opportunity to weigh in on this project is beyond me. We are concerned of what has been informed to us about preemption, that ultimately the county will have the power of preemption to override anything that the city or we can work together on. You may have that right by law, but is it fair? Is it just? Is it right to disrespect the residents who pay property taxes that support you, this building, and indirectly contribute to programs like TAD? This isn't about we don't think that the services are needed or anything like that, but it is in an inappropriate location.
Good afternoon. My name is John Scholenberger. I am the acting vice president of the Arrowview Neighborhood Association, and I am also a block captain with Neighborhood Watch for North Stoddard. My concern is that when this building is, if it is erected, it will increase that traffic also through 27. It'll have a negative impact on the community as a whole.
I am a citizen of the city of San Bernardino, and I'm here to voice my concerns regarding the TAD office on 27th Street. I've lived on that street since 2002. This is a residential area, single-family homes right across the street from where this building is being built. There's a preschool 300 feet away, and I live in the condos that are directly up the street. Since 2002, there's been an increase in crime. I'm at the point where I'm actually frightened to even think about living there any longer because I'm a senior citizen, a single female, and this TAD building goes in. I am actually going to seriously think about arming myself with a firearm because of the crime involved.
I'm a resident and homeowner that lives in the 5th Ward of San Bernardino. I live just a few blocks from the planned location of the TAD building on 27th and Little Mountain in San Bernardino. Through research, I quickly found out the nature of the project and was extremely concerned about how this would affect our quiet neighborhood. I had already altered my local shopping away from the current location on Massachusetts and Highland due to the quality of life and safety concerns near that facility. Through further research and public records requests, I developed the timeline of the project from RFP through permit approval. I have strong concerns regarding the process the city used to approve this project and the misrepresentation to the community about the facility's intended use. While county RFP was clear, none of that information was accurately presented to the city in the application process. I expect this body to place a priority on building projects that they place in our neighborhoods. I expect the county to comply with the city development code and seek a conditional use permit process.
I attended the last city council meeting last month. There was no traffic study done. You had a TAD representative there at the meeting, and he said that there's approximately 500 vehicles a day or clients a day that come into the offices. That's pretty ridiculous. With the freeway entrance and on-ramp right there at 27th Street, there's already a problem. Little Mountain is full of potholes. You have students that use it as an alternate route to go to the college. They speed up and down the street. The street is not maintained. It's just going to have a very detrimental impact on the community.
My name is Frank Navarro, and I live on 3 houses down from the corner of Little Mountain Drive. I want to echo what they said, is that the traffic is already bad. Monday through Friday, it takes me about 7 or 8 minutes to get out of my street. And I've already seen a lot of fender benders, like the other lady was saying. They're coming down Little Mountain at a high rate of speed, and there's going to be some fatalities. And I just hope that you take that into consideration, in your decision.
I'm Joyce Seager, president of Blair Park Neighborhood Association, which joins the Muscoobiabe Neighborhood Association. We are told that over 500 and possibly as many as 800 clients will be coming into and going out of this facility daily. The only entrance and exit for possibly 1,000 people daily is from a cul-de-sac. Then there is only a stop sign at the point of exiting the cul-de-sac. Also, for 5 o'clock departure traffic, there is no easy access to the 210 freeway, and this would encourage people to travel through the neighborhood to H Street. Then upon leaving, traffic will be very congested on the 27th Street Bridge over the 210 freeway and its entrance and exit ramps. Pedestrians will have a very difficult and dangerous walk over this bridge. This just shouts out for serious accidents and injuries or fatalities.
It's in a residential corridor with so many reasons why it is counterproductive to your desired goals and bad for our neighborhood. This was an insensitive and irresponsible decision, completely without regard for our neighborhood. And this whole thing leaves us very suspicious of misconduct. We contend that because the application process was flawed, the developer was only approved for a permit to build an office, not to issue a permit for a tenant to provide social services. Therefore, a CUP must be issued through the Planning Commission before the county can lawfully occupy this office for social services. Without a CUP, the county may be subject to code enforcement and potential injunctions. Or may we suggest that you correct course and choose to occupy this building with another county operation that does not provide social services? If you do so, we will withdraw our challenge. Let's work together to be co-creators of a new and improved San Bernardino, and this welfare office is in direct opposition of that vision. You represent us. Here we stand.
Lynn Ware, who is the president of Muscoobiabe Neighborhood Association, called the Community Development Program to inquire what was this project that was going to be built. And they told her, oh, it's an office building. They too were confused when she told them, well, we've heard it is a welfare office. And then that put them to scramble also and get information.
A typo in the project application saying Human Resources Office instead of Human Services Office is to blame for the mix-up, according to city officials.
That's a major typo mistake. I mean, all the typos that I've overseen is just like they're very small. How do you go from human resources to a human services? That's a major typo. We received information via a text from the director for a social service project for women and children who were wanting to leave the life of drugs and other things and so forth. Very good reputation in the city of San Bernardino. And she was asked by the city of Rialto to locate a program there. We need one here. She found a very suitable site, from what I know, across the street where Beard has his office in the city of Rialto, because he also does a lot of development there. And he opposed that project for the same reasons that he stated, that it was in inappropriate location. This is a business area. This is City Hall is only several blocks down the street. But I think most people, especially the director for that project, felt that he just didn't want a social service program across the street from his business. It's almost hypocritical, because when it's impacting him directly, he's opposed to it. When it's not impacting, and we understand that there's a lot of money involved We understand that. He has signed a lease, or the county, that's one of the reasons why we were here. The county signed a 10-year lease with him, guaranteeing he's going to be earning 1 point something, and I don't know exact sum, but a lot of, in the millions every year for 10 years. So it's a lucrative project for him.